this is the final project for level design, and I wanted to show off my favorite level, which happened to be my Portal 2 level that I made during the puzzle section. This isn't necessarily because it is the grandiose of design, or whether or not how easy it was, or the tool it was, but it taught me a lot about how to properly build levels and how to properly manage them and how to learn from your mistakes, especially if people are breaking them, and learning how to use those tools to prevent breakage. So right now I'm just simply introducing the concept of this repulsion gel, which is my main design. You come out here, you get gunned down, which you do not want, so you have to use the only portals available to eventually take out the turrets. Now that time I got lucky and he bounced into it, but normally what you have to do is you have to place down a second repulsion gel and let that go. I honestly like this level because even though how tricky repulsion gel can be and how hard it is to properly manage it, since the gels and the physics and how to use repulsion sometimes don't give you the most straightforward answer in the editor. Like that. You can just bounce out of that even though the optimal solution is to bounce up and then bounce side to side. Nothing of this is clean cut, and it created more solutions for me to work with. So, just going through, just playing it how, I don't really know what to say, but sort of learning how you messed up and learning how to go through with it is a lesson that I really learned in this milestone. So let's place down these repulsion gels here. I've already shown off the level, so I don't need to really go through the intricacies of how each thing is done. Simply going through and playing the level how I played it in the past. Cube. Place it down here, remove there. Another thing I really learned with this level is that, especially with the repulsion gel and all that, I learned that there are different ways that people can solve each and every level. Especially this section right here. This one, I personally thought that there was a clear solution here. You'd have to bounce off these platforms, through there, go up there, and then eventually to deactivate the laser gate, shoot out a portal from over here to, with the repulsion gel, as I've shown you with the turrets, to bounce the block off and then go directly through the lasers. But here, there were a lot of solutions, like this part particularly, what I wanted the player to do is shoot repulsion gel through here, and it would make the cube bounce out. What I noticed is that this oftentimes led to soft locking, when the cube would be uncatchable or would go out of bounds or anything of the sort. So definitely showed me how to properly improvise, just doing the basic stuff. And like they say in the game, sometimes the best solution is the easiest one. So let's place this cube right down here. Alright, and now the second part comes with activating the repulsion gel right here, firing it right there. And now, placing that up there. And now you can now make the jump. Now this jump is sometimes a little tricky, which I am aware of, because playing repulsion gel sometimes doesn't work out the way you want it to. And then from here, what my intended solution was to shoot the portal here, fire it at this right here, and then it would hit the cube and bounce off. But what some people ended up doing was placing down the repulsion gel on the floor and then making a jump here to pick up the cube and then go back up, which I thought was tricky, but with this solution it now orients really only one possible solution to play this level through. It definitely taught me a lot about what I have to do in order to properly balance a level and to make sure that what my solutions are the intended ones and not the unintended ones that still work. So let's try to grab this or it'll take itself out right now. And now for the final segment, this is what I first started working on, but it ended up sort of being the culmination of using the physics of the repulsion gel to get you there. Another thing I really learned too is that just because you see the solution and it's clear to you doesn't mean that it's going to be clear to everybody else. Which doesn't necessarily mean that like your level's going to be a hit every time. It just means that you sometimes have to think like other people. You know, thus is the point of playtesting and whatnot, but really shows you how important this is, especially with something like level design where you need all the help you can get. I know some people came up with some rather clever solutions to this level. In the past, what I've done is I've used the repulsion gel to launch the player from there and then use that jump to get to the other side after grabbing that cube, which I'll do in a second. But I'm going to try a different solution from, because if you, for some reason, if you put a portal here and then a portal there, catching the repulsion gel, making it bounce up in the air, not hitting anything, and then coming back down, it changes the velocity of the gels, but not to the point where it's 0, so it'll just sort of hover at the portal until you actually place the block down on something, which is an interesting mechanic and allows for some secondary solutions. So let's grab that, which we can do because we have that gel right here. Normally what you have to do is you have to use the repulsion gel to get the cube bouncing, and from my testing, you can sit here forever and that cube will have enough momentum to bounce side to side, never coming back down. But this, I want to try one solution real quick that my friend found while we were playtesting, or while he was playtesting. You come through here, there's enough repulsion gel right here that occasionally you can make a pretty technical jump. Now, I'm not too sure if I have enough right here, so I'm going to try to do the trick I showed you earlier, or illustrated to you earlier, where you place 2 portals right down here, and you wait it out. So notice how hard that particle went, now this one, and now it doesn't even go as high as that one. It's a neat little niche, but it's cool to find out nonetheless. So let's put it right there. Hopefully we'll get some more splats, but if not, oh well. Let us grab our cube. Alright, perfect. Place that there. And that's the tricky part. You want to get that there. Go there through, and now do a perfect jump off here through this portal. Another solution that works. And you place the cube there, watch tragically as the companion cube falls. And that's it. A nice little level that's not perfect, but taught me a lot about what it means to take your lumps and move forward. So, yeah, thanks for the help.